Hi, this is Terry. I've been maintaining a 180-pound weight loss for over a year with a clean, whole foods, meat-focused, low-carb, low-calorie approach. If that ain't a subtle hint, I do not know what is. I walked over here to set my cup down. I turned around and that's what I see. You think somebody wants a belly rub or what? Oh, Sam, he's such a good he's such a good boy. He says, check out my racing stripe. He says, I got a good racing stripe, guys. You just need to rub it and you'll go as fast as I can. Because I'm fast as lightning, guys. Fast as lightning. Oh, I got to set the alarm on my phone for his vet visit. Silly boy. Hey, girl. How you doing, girl? Doo-ba-doo, you better get in that bed. You better get in your bed. Baxter says, come on, get in here. We're checking out for the night. Sammy still has high hopes. I'm coming. Let me get off into my pajamas and I'll get in there, boy. Hey, good morning. We are going to have, we were talking in my last live about eggs. And I know some of you had said that, you know, the free range or pasture raised are the best. And you were kind enough to give me a super chat so that way I could try those eggs and compare them to the regular eggs. So this is what I got with your sweet super chat. Happy egg, organic, free range, hens loving life on 8+ acres. No hormones, antibiotics, or pesticides. I don't know. These are the best ones I saw at Walmart. So that's what I had to go with. So we're going to try them. They're the brown eggs. They look like Nona Grace, if any of you watch her. They look like her eggs. She has brown eggs. So I got 2 of those. And we're going to cook up 2 just cheapy, great value white eggs. So I say cheapy, I don't know how they, like I say these. A friend of mine does have chickens, but her chickens aren't laying currently, but she needs some so I'll save her that. Alright, so anyway, so let's come down here and we're gonna try them today. So the way I like to get my eggs is that I like to get my grease really hot. This is actually some bacon grease. It said bacon and onion grease. So I'm like, oh, you know that's going to be good. So I've got that in there. I'm going to see if I want to get it really hot. Oh yeah, so it's 400 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I have to do it pretty fast. Where's my just plain salt? I think that's just plain salt. Yeah, that's just plain salt. So what I'm going to do is I'll crack 2 and 2, and then I have water handy because I learned that after you get your eggs cracked in there, you add water, and then you cover them, and you cover them depending on how well you want them done. Did I splash that out the side, or is that just the shine? Hang on, I want to see something. I want to make sure I didn't splash my grease out. No, I don't think so. No. Okay. So anyway, so we're going to get the eggs cracked, water on them, or salt them, water on them, and cover them. We don't flip them. So we'll do the brown eggs first. The shell is definitely stiffer. It's thicker. We're going to see if we can tell a difference in them. Not much difference. And maybe it's because I bought a brand that you all might say is not the best brand. I do not know. Y'all have to tell me. But they don't look different. Although that one cracked. I don't know if that makes a difference. The yolk cracked. Somebody said that they were watching somebody and the person was showing how hard it is to crack this yolk versus that yolk. So, all right, now we've got to add our water. We're going to cover it. I'm going to cover it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes and I'll be back. All right, it's been 2 minutes, so I'm gonna separate them by size, so that way there's 2 turned off. I do not have kids' church tomorrow, so I'm just going to leave this here in this on the stove top. I'm not going to clean it, and because I'll have eggs tomorrow again. Get everything scooped around. Alright, we're going to have those 4 eggs and a piece of cheese, so let's go try it. Alright, I have it plugged in my Chronometer app. So 4 cheeses, or 4 eggs, some Havarti cheese, and I've got my coffee with a splash of heavy cream. I use less of my coffee today, like the mixture that I keep in my refrigerator. Alright, we're going to try, ooh man, that's how I like my yolk. Over medium. Hang on, let me get that in here. Oh, you okay, girl? See, it's kind of jelly. It's not liquidy. It's kind of got a texture to it. That's how I like my yolk. So this is the fancy one. Let's go ahead and check out this yolk. That one's good too. It's a little more runny, but that's all right. That's how I like my yolk, right there. Right there. All right. So they look good. So now let's take a bite of, let's take a bite of the old school one, the old one that I'm used to. I may not be able to tell a difference with my COVID taste buds, y'all, but we're going to see. Mm-hmm. Tastes like an egg. All right. This one has a little more body to it, if that makes sense. That's the only word I can, hang on, I think that might be a shell. It's the only word I can think to describe it. A little more body. Like it's a little more dense, maybe. I mean, they're fried in the same thing. It's not like one was done longer. But they're good. They're maybe, when I say this, is going to maybe, I don't know if this will make sense, stronger. And I'm just mixing them together now. Stronger not in taste, but stronger in texture, as in built tougher, like built to, because they were, I don't know, special raised maybe? I don't know. I can't tell much difference. If you were to sit me down and tell me to guess, I would not be able to. I think they're both good. But tomorrow, I'll do all 4 of them with the other kind. The bread. I bet that bite was. I should have not mixed them, but I bet that was. Hang on, let me try this bite. Yeah, I bet that one bite was. There's a little more structure to it, maybe. Anyway, so we tried it. That was fun. Like I said, tomorrow we'll try the other kind. Since I have kids, don't have kids church, I have time to cook. So, yep. All right then. Y'all don't need to sit here and watch me finish. Today. Vet appointment with Sammy. Laundry. What else have I got? Vet appointment, laundry. Oh! Cooking up all 4 of these. I'm cutting my goddaughter's hair. So, when she comes over, I'll have her show me about that game that she talked me into getting. And, I don't know, it'll probably be this afternoon because I think she works today. She works at a dispensary. So, anyway, so when she comes over, I'm going to cut her hair. She's like, she turned the big 3-0 this year. And, so, hang on. Let me get this last bite of egg. And last bite of cheese. But she used to work at Best Buy, which is why I bought my my camera and my thing in the first place. So let me tell you a story. When my dad died, I went to a dark place, and I got a video game or a phone. I played a game on my phone, and it was a multiplayer game. So there were people all over the world, and we were all playing, and so it's the kind of game where it puts you to where your team relies on you. And so kind of, not peer pressure, but in order to grow your game and character to be stronger, you have to spend money. And so it kind of puts you in that mindset of needing to spend money. Well, I spent I maxed out 2 credit cards. I'm going to say that much. So, anyway, so I'm still working on that. One's paid off, the others still got a ways to go. But anyway, so when I mentioned it to my goddaughter who was working at Best Buy at the time, she flipped out. You need to get a PlayStation. You buy it up front, and then you buy your game, and there's no extra money. And she's like, you need to stop playing those games you're playing. So anyway, that was 2000. Let's see, he died in 15. So I think in 2017 is when she talked me into getting the game. I didn't come from a gaming family. I take that back. When I was a kid, my friends, there was Atari, there was Pong. We had table tennis, that Pong game. But my friends had Atari, and we had something called Odyssey. It was the poor man's version of Atari. And so it had a game similar to Pac-Man and similar to Centipede. But it was like a keyboard where you had to type in codes and stuff. But anyway, I didn't grow up gaming. I grew up playing outside and terrorizing the neighborhood. And then when I hit puberty, I just hit a brick wall and just became a sloth inside. But I never got into gaming. I was more into the TV shows. TV shows and Barbie. But anyway, so she talked me into getting this game, the PlayStation, and then she come over to my house after that evening to help me put it all together and show me how to play a game. So since she did that, I've not played any phone games that require you to spend money. I play a few I have found this fun one called Twisted Ropes. anyway, where you have to untwist the ropes. But that's something that I can play. And then whenever it says I have no more lives because I died too many times, I can just set aside and do something else. But because it's not a multiple player kind of thing where other people are relying on you to grow and do your best, I can handle it. But anyway, so that's the whole reason why I got my PlayStation in the first place, was because I was in a dark place and depressed, and I was working, but that social interaction online when I got home filled a void in my heart. And so I'm here to tell y'all, when something happens to my mama, ain't nothing gonna fill that void. Nothing is gonna fill that void. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. You all, if you quit seeing me for a period of time, check the Southeast Missourian for 2 names, Terri Leist or Judy Leist. If you see either of those names, you know either one, I died, or 2, my mama's dead, and I can't socially interact with people. So anyway, although I may still record the food being on autopilot, but I may be very, tearful and flatline. But anyway, so I went to a dark place and spent a bunch of money that it wasn't my money to spend. So now So it is. I own it. I did it. It was dumb, and now I'm working on it. But that's how I got the PlayStation, because my goddaughter was like, you ain't doing that no more. Which is nice of her, because she was in her mid-20s then. So, so that's me and my PlayStation and my gaming and how I got to play a video game. So, all right, well, that's breakfast. I don't know what we're having for lunch. I ain't even looked in there yet. It's like 7:42. I figure I'd go on and eat. And then, because I take Sammy to the vet, we'll leave here about 8:40. And then I'll take him to the vet and see what she has to say about our boy. And then we'll know more about it. Maybe they didn't find anything. Hopefully they just say, he's just a growing old boy. Maybe he just, different breeds get older faster, And maybe he's a hodgepodge of stuff. They don't even, they labeled him as a lab, but you could tell by his big old bald head, he's got some kind of bully breed in him. So, or whatever you call him. So, but he's just the biggest, the sweetest boy in the whole world. He's down here. Look at this baby. Look at this boy. See, look at his head. He's got a big old head. He's got a big old wide head compared to his sister. With his little floppy ears. But anyway, so he goes to the vet. And, all right, I'm going to shut up because I got to put medicine on his ears. And he hates that, so I got to catch him and do that part. So, all right, bye, guys. Hey, I wanted to tell you, I went ahead and defrosted. Well, it's still a little partially frozen. That is some of my beef broth that I had in the freezer. That it looks like this is from the burger. See those kind of thin chunks? This looks like it's from the burgers that I do in the oven, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't tell. But anyway, so you can hear the ice in it. But I figure, this would be a lot better if I can add this to my 97% ground beef. Because this is homemade, my own broth. In the end, I might add some of that broth to it, the store-bought broth. But so that's what this is. I just defrosted some. And it's not for flavor because there's no seasonings in it. But it's just for a little moisture to my ground beef. So I just wanted to show you that. I pulled, I had a mason jar that I had this in the freezer with. And I defrosted it overnight. So I can add this to my beef to kind of help me get it down better. Not because there's a problem, but 97% is just so dry. You almost choke on it. It's like eating straw. He's being a good boy. We're at a different vet office. He's ready. He says, come see me, guys. Come see me. My sweet, sweet Sammy Joe. They took Sammy outside. They're going to draw blood. They're going to check for tick disease. And they're going to take him for a walk and see if they can get him to All right, guys. He was a good boy. Look, I put this up to help maybe though so they won't jump up front. He was a good boy. She thinks the underlying cause, they drew some blood, but it's possibly cancer. But she won't know for sure. His urine is good. He doesn't have a tick disease. She's sending him home on some steroid pills and something that since the teeny tiny vascular system in his artery or in his ears, they are very tiny, and so she's sending home a medication called Penta something. Hang on, nope, that's prednisone. Where is it? Pentoxifylline. Anyway, it is supposed to open up his little vessels to help encourage more blood flow, so maybe that will help his ears. So she wants to focus on that and come back in 2 weeks because his phosphorus is low. She said usually if it's like a muscle wasting or the muscle wasting is a symptom, which when I rub his back, I definitely feel more bones. But she said that usually if it's a parathyroid issue, then the calcium will be off, and his was fine. So she said she drew another lab today in hopes that maybe it was just how his blood was that day. And anyway, so yeah, so now we will see what happens next. If it is an underlying cancer, we're just gonna give him the best rest of his life if we can, because him's a good boy and we love him. So who knows what it is at this point? It's all a guessing game. So she drew more labs, and we're gonna check his ears next in 2 weeks. Editing Terry, put that on your calendar. 2 weeks, we're supposed to go back to the vet at 9 o'clock. Okay, bye. Hey, it's lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. So I've got 8 ounces of ground chicken. So I'm going to write this down. 8 ounces chicken. And I'm going to put on some onion salt and a little garlic salt. And then I've got some ricotta cheese. So we're going to see. We're just going to put a little bit in here. We'll see how much it is. We don't want to get too carried away, but we want a little bit in here. So, yeah, we'll do it before I heat it up. Hang on, what's a serving? Serving is, oh no, I don't want a 4th cup. Half of 62, so 31. We'll do 31 grams. All right. Okay. Ricotta, 36 grams. So when you're tracking, you guys, you just got to mark everything. And then you say, well, I would like a little bit of chicken broth. Now listen, this chicken broth is a homemade chicken broth. So I don't know what all the bits are in it, but we'll choose something like a bone broth or something like a homemade bone broth. It has some seasoning in it already, but let's see how much we do. All right, so yes, I just licked it. 68 grams of chicken broth. So broth, 68 gram. Now it says 69. We're going with 68. And we're going to do just a little bit of this pesto, this green basil pesto. I'm afraid if I do the red pesto, it might be a little too much for me. So we're going to zero it out. And let's go. I don't know how strong this, what is the serving size? Serving is 63, so we'll go with 31 again. 29. Close enough. Okay, so pesto. So green pesto, 31 grams. So I'm going to get this going in the microwave. Along with that, we got some sweet potatoes here. We'll see. It's the ones that I made up. You're watching that today, probably. So I'm going to say sweet potato. I don't remember what the weight was of that. Hope y'all know how nervous I am over there around this thing. I'm like just so afraid I'm going to bump it and it's going to just go boom. Okay, so, oh wait, no. Let's put it on here and then zero it out. Now let's see. Okay, 157 grams. I'm trying to use up all the sweet potato. So, all right. So we're going to microwave this, and that's going to be our lunch along with the apple. I'll be back. By the way, ignored that. We are making an apple butternut squash soup, and so that'll be out next weekend. All right. So I got everything plugged in for lunch, and except the apple. Hey, I want to know how much a core weighs. So we're going to write this down. Hang on. Let's wait. So the apple weighs 275. Apple 275. And so we're going to see how much a core weighs. All right. So we've got our sweet potato. I added some ground cinnamon and ground ginger. That's good. Go Terri. Go Terri. I forget about ginger, but you know who reminded me of ginger? A while ago in my chili? Mete. You were like, hey, ginger tastes good in chili, and since then I'm like, I bet that tastes good in a whole lot of stuff. Alright. That, my chicken. Let's give this a taste. That's good. That's good. So that, my apple, this butternut squash soup, I'm making it with no cream. Because, you know, I'm trying to avoid a lot of fats. So, I better set this back over there. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid a lot of extra fats. So, I'm just making it plain. It's just butternut squash, apples, and chicken broth. And I'm going to be putting some seasonings on it. So, when you see that next weekend, it's going to be very bland. I'm also writing down the macros for it. Because now if I was doing it, if I was going to do it for doing it, I'd have a whole lot more in there. And once I get feeling and know it, once I know whether, if it matters, whether I eat fat or not, I'll be adding in that cream. We all know it. Oh, hot. Oh, hot. Man, I know. Some of y'all say, girl, slow down and you wouldn't be burning yourself. Let your food cool. I know it. I ain't gonna do it, but I know it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna eat and get on with that when it's done. Oh, and I got butternut squash in the oven. Just roasting in the oven too. All right, see you at supper. So my core is 23 grams. So now I can weigh an apple. And I think when I did it before it was 25 grams. So now I'll just weigh the apple and subtract 25 grams. All right, my battery's low, so we got it over here charging. So, all right, on to the next thing. Today's lunch break is brought to you by Terri's Pinky Up Tea Time. It's a bit of chamomile with vanilla and a few drops of honey concentrate, and it is quite delicious. It would go with some lovely crumpets or maybe even some apples. Hang on, I gotta pull this out. Okay, alright. And so, you want to lift your pinky in order to be able to taste the tea. It tastes sweeter. Okay, It tastes sweeter if you stick your pinky up. Everyone grab your saucer and teacup and stick out your pinkies. Everybody go ahead, get your cup, get your teacup, and get your pinky out. Today we're having a refined moment, a moment of being refined and socially acceptable. So we're having our tea, a chamomile tea. Now, back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, it's time to get my supper ready. I got 9.5 ounces of ground beef. And over here I have, I don't remember, I think it was 150 grams of butternut squash maybe. I've already put some cinnamon on there. I'm going to add some of my Greek seasoning. It's called Greek Salad Magic. Well, I got news for them. It is amazing in beef. I'm going to put a little bit of my ranch, beef ranch. So, hey, you all are seeing a lot of butternut squash. It's not for any reason other than I had bought it. And I'm going to add some farm dust. I had bought a bunch, and so since I had it prepared, I really want this next week to be like majority of the same things. So you are going to be seeing a whole lot of repeats, and you're going to be like, what day is today? She just had this yesterday. You are correct. I did just have it the day before. But I am doing that, you know, so that way I can kind of keep track of things. But I prefer rutabaga to butternut squash. I'm really not exactly sure why I had so much butternut squash. Other than when you buy it, there's a bunch of it. And so now I have to keep up with that. I have to keep up with the butternut squash. So instead of buying rutabaga, I had to buy more butternut squash. And that's what I cooked today. I made a butternut squash soup. And I made a butternut squash. Oh, I hear Callie out there telling the world our family business. She likes to tell the family secrets. This is, anyway, I wanted to keep up so that I didn't want to go out and buy a brand new thing and have to refreeze something. So this is just some beef broth that I had made up and froze. I'm just going to add that to my ground beef this week, just to make it not so choking. And it's like eating a wheat thin. Not a wheat thin. What's a Triscuit? It's like eating a Triscuit without having a drink of water doing this. So, all right, I'm going to microwave this. I'll be right back. And also, I did not eat butternut squash or acorn squash or any, even sweet potato. When I was on my way down. Nope. I ate rutabaga. Because rutabaga is lower carb. Rutabaga and turnips. But no siree. Now, I'm not saying I should be eating this. I don't know yet. I did throw away. I had 4 servings left of my oats. I did throw those away because I'd like to do this week of eating the same things for breakfast, lunch, and supper, but no oats. So this week, my plan is to do that and see if anything's different this week. Because I slept real good except for 2 nights. Thursday night I didn't sleep good, and last night I didn't sleep good either. So anyway, so yeah. So now we're going to go without the oats and grits. See what we think. All right. It's hot. That's good. Yep. So I'm glad I got that beef gravy now. Hopefully it don't go bad before I finish eating all the 97% stuff. I know what I can do. I can freeze some of it in a smaller thing, and then that way, I can pull that one out later. I'm gonna do that. Oh. So I got those and my fruit. My coffee. I got this little jobber back here, and I think I've done forgot, but I think I used 2 scoops, and so I'll make sure. I think I did 2 scoops, and then I'm gonna make it into 4 servings. So that way it'll be half of that. I only asked y'all yesterday, but I hope you all tell me soon. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Ooh, good. So maybe by Sunday, maybe by tomorrow, y'all will be seeing yesterday's video, and you'll be able to tell me about this French press, because I don't want it to be so potent that I'm like, So, all right. Well, anyway, I love y'all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.